Epic is warming up for his date this weekend.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. So, I am in a mood today. So
You're in a mood?
I am in a mood
You're
today.
You're in a sentimental type of mood?
So I'm just we're gonna start the show with something a little festive.
Let's get a little festive. Come on, y'all. Let's get festive.
Right. So, since we're doing this, we gotta get the festivities started. So, are we ready? Is this thing on?
Is it on?
Are we ready? Are you ready, DJ? All right, hit it.
Lubricate.
Got a 9-inch dick that'll fuck your mind up. I'm a badass kid, about to tear shit up. Don't like a hotline. See, I deserve business. Making major moves, so you better get with me. Groupies all in my face. They want four-play, they want three-way. Then nowadays, they incense. I four-way like D-Wee. From NY to LA, drinking champagne, eating sushi. Shrimp, cold, Alamo, piece by piece. Name buzzing in the street. I don't need an ID. Name one motherfucker, ass fly, ass me. I'm the shit, I'm the greatest. Ali. Keep the money rotating, that's the only way to make it.
Lavish, fly.
Oh, we got a second verse. Wait a minute. We have a second verse. Wait a minute.
Welcome to the life of the rich and the fly. Lavish, fly.
And yes, I was stretching. Thank you very much.
Lavish, fly.
Yes, Alyssa, I'm warming up for you for this weekend, baby.
Money, more money. I used to be broke, no food, I was hungry. Now when I say my grace, I say thank you for this money. Put in work for this money. I'm somewhere in your zip code, girl wild at my show. Doing handstands like I'm dip low. They back it up and they dip low. You all talk and no show. You haters get no promo. What you mad at me for? Pull out a pen, take these notes. My ballpoint stay on point. I cash checks, then index. You owe me plus interest. BOSS, I'm that lifestyle lavish. Step in my jacuzzi. These girls showing they boobies. Paparazzi all around me. Swear my life is like a movie.
Lavish, fly.
Thank you.
And there we have it. So that's our mood. That's going to be how we're starting off our evening this evening. The mood is I don't even know how to name the mood.
The mood is lavish.
The mood is lavish. So
Lavish.
we'll just keep it. We'll keep it there.
That's what the girls for like a hot minute. That was what we were referring to as homosexuals. Like remember there was a hot minute where people was like, she's lavish. It's like you would meet. That was what we was calling like a queen. She was like,
I know. I'm
you meet somebody like she's very lavish.
Meanwhile, we just had this conversation about being old, and it's sinking in. I remember that time period. I remember when that happened.
That was
yes,
late '90s, early 2000s.
I remember that time period.
Listen, you see the girls at this. Let me tell you how. Okay, picture it, Jenny's.
First of all, I can't even hear you. I need to put my glasses on.
Jenny's on the motherfucking Friday night.
At the motherfucking restaurant at the damn
it was a
at
Chinese restaurant
at the Metro stop.
Where the Safeway is now.
Yes.
There used to be a mall there that had a Chinese restaurant that for whatever reason
on
turned
that particular
into
night
a gay club on Friday nights.
And listen,
it was live as shit.
I was pressed to be there. A bitch was pressed to be there, and I was there standing in the corner like,
okay, and and the girls was carrying on in the parking lot in the underground. I mean, not carry on well a little, but it was a lot going on. But so you would see the girls come in, and then
if you went around to the other side, you didn't.
Oh well, I was a good Christian and I didn't do that sort of stuff. Now, I would have found my way over there. I didn't know none of that stuff. I was innocent. Okay,
all right.
It was another time. It was a simpler time.
That's what we're doing. That was a simpler
song
time. Started off like that.
So, but you would see the girls. You would see the girls come in, and you could immediately tell they were lavish. Arched eyebrows.
wife beater.
I think we need to bring that back. I feel like that's in my spirit for
The look-
2020.
the look-
Has it been 20 years? Has it been a cycle?
It's a cycle. It is
So
a cycle.
we're gonna bring it back. We're gonna bring it back.
That's
Listen.
literally 20 years ago.
Hashtag
1999.
lavish. All y'all watch this show.
Hashtag
Hashtag lavish. We're gonna start. This is a cycle. We bring it back.
You gotta have the arch eyebrows, right? Light lip gloss, not heavy lip gloss, not a
Just
heavy
a little
lip.
sheen.
Just
Right.
a light
It's a
lip.
pinky sheen.
A
It's a
light
pinky
lip.
sheen. This is how you do it. You dip your finger in the thing and you put it on your hand like this,
Right.
and then you put it on. It's a pinky sheen.
And then you gotta have a wife beater.
Well,
But an immaculate wife beater, like a white, it was immaculate.
with that like halo angel glow.
Right, and no hair, not even a touch of hair under the arms. No, you could be the biggest, most muscular. You plucked and shaved and everything.
But
and
don't forget your Timbs.
You got your Timbs and your Peg Bundy pedal pushers. Am I describing?
Oh,
am I describing your
listen,
look?
Fortunately or unfortunately, I was never able to do the pedal pushers because I had too much pushing in my pedal. That just wasn't. I couldn't do that.
Didn't fit me.
That wasn't
my
thing.
thighs, and I'd have to get a size way too big for the thighs, and it was just too much.
I tried it. And,
so hashtag lavish. We're bringing back lavish for the summer of 2020.
Yes, you heard it here first on the BGKH show. So
We're gonna get shirts made. Hashtag lavish.
Right. Okay, I'm here for it.
Hashtag lavish.
But thank you all for tuning in tonight to the BGKH show with Dominion and Epic. We just had that. We started that mood, or actually, Dominion started that mood of lavish, and I feel like
schmood, honey.
Yeah, I feel like. But this has been that week. That month,
yes.
Like mood has been hitting everybody all over the place. But anyway, tell them about
Speaking of mood.
Tell them about the BGK show first.
The blacks,
Right. That's what we are. We doing this.
the gays,
That's what we doing, honey. That's where we at.
the kinky people.
A little bit harder. Yeah. And
Punch
and,
it.
and spin and open.
Right. So you gotta you go in right, and then you open up.
You open. Yes.
Open up. There you go.
And then you reach down just a little bit and put your hands around. Anyway.
That's the new hashtag jazz hands.
That's the K. And the H, because what?
We're all human.
So that's our mood we are.
Jazz hands.
Hashtag jazz hands. Hashtag lavish. Hashtag schmood. And what were you saying about the mood? You said there was a mood.
Speaking of schmoods, so my friend Shin invited me because he won tickets to go see this movie called Waves at East Street Cinema. So it was.
Is it? Am I having a hot flash? Is it warm in
No,
here?
it's warm in
okay,
here.
I'm like, what is going
It
on?
was, but it was cold as shit last time. So
No, I mean, I'm a little warm. I'm gonna come out my jacket. Oof.
So the movie is cute. I encourage you to go see it. It's one of those indie art house kind of movies. It's made by the same studio that did Moonlight.
Okay.
A24 Theaters, I think it's called, and it's also set in Miami.
I'm here for it.
It's a much wealthier and well-to-do black family, but still, problems ensue and everything. So in the middle of the movie, something tragic happens, and everybody in the audience is like, and this white bitch in front of me turned around and shushed me, and I'm with my friend, right, and I'm like,
Shushed you.
this bitch shushed me. She was like, shh.
I feel like after a certain age, I'm already a little discombobulated. I wasn't even there.
So I said to Shin, I was like, I'm gonna fuck her up after this. And he was like, yeah.
So you saw her grab her purse?
She grabbed her purse and she sort of looked back over me, looked the corner, because I was shooting daggers at her. But by the time the movie was over,
in the dark, bitch.
Right, I was like, we are going to have words after this motherfucking movie.
Oh, God.
But the movie was about the consequences, how things can sort of snowball and, one bad decision leads to another and then something tragic happens.
So like a butterfly effect of bad decisions.
Yeah. And
Well,
like by the end of the movie, I was like, Sinead, I was like, I could fuck her up. I mean, I could.
Like, yeah, but
I could fuck her up.
Right.
I could fuck her up, but
Right.
all right.
I'm gonna let you slide.
And then
just because I don't want to go back on probation, I'm
exactly.
gonna let you slide.
And so Shin was like, yeah, it's probably, Shin's he's not super short. He's like 5'7", 5'8", but he don't weigh about 120 pounds. And so if you were there, you would have been like, let's go, bitch, let's go. He'd have been like, why are you all fighting?
Because the shit would have took me out. I'd have been like, what do I have in my hand I can throw at her? Like,
right.
It wouldn't have been a boomer, though.
Immediately, I was like, Sinead, I was like, did this bitch just shush me? Did this bitch just shush me?
Sinead ain't Kilolo, bitch. Bitch, what?
Right. Sinead ain't Kilolo at the movie theater. Yeah, so I was like, this whole shush me. But really, by the end of the movie, I was like, you know what? It's not even worth it. So what was I going to... I mean, first of all, this woman was like about this tall. And all I saw was the headline afterwards was, big black Negro terrorizes tiny white bitch. And again, over what? She shushed me in the movie. Was I a little bit incensed? But, I mean, it wasn't like she actually put her hands on me because
that's a whole nother...
I really would have had to have conversations with her. But I was like, listen, this is not even worth all of that. This is how shit gets... You know what it was? That was a nigga moment. Did you ever watch Boondocks? When they talk about a nigga moment where you let some shit that you could have let slide, and you blow it up into something. And sometimes it's justified. So, but in hindsight, you know what? You look at it afterwards, after the nigga moment has happened, and you're like, you know what? I probably could have just let that go.
So while I can identify with that type of moment, I think I didn't watch the Boondocks because of that sometimes. Because they kind of, for me, I felt like, it's kind of like internal or like family conversation. Like there's just some things I'm just not going to say or talk about outside of my family. But I felt like
most white people wasn't even watching them Boondocks.
Well, no. I'm just saying just in general. Mm-hmm. So, but with me and the Boondocks, it was like, nah, I'm not going to watch it. But I thought the show was great. But they kind of went all the way off track for me at one point. Like it went
that was because at some point,
too radical.
Aaron Magruder.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? It was like In Living Color. He stopped being involved with it. So then the show sort of lost his direct input.
Yeah, it was a little off for me. And again, I didn't watch it regularly, but when I did tune in, I enjoyed it. But
yeah, so that could have been a nigga moment.
Okay.
And and afterwards I was like, you know what? But the bitch, through no intention of mine, ended up standing right next to me on the escalator. So I'm like,
all the way up the escalator.
So what's up now, bitch?
What you gonna do now, bitch?
Right.
What you gonna do now?
Now we're in the light. Everybody back you up.
What you gonna do now? The fuck you gonna do now, bitch?
She was like this the whole way up the escalator.
Like, I don't really see. I don't understand. This is lovely wallpaper over here.
Right.
The stairs are going up.
It's like, that is a lovely movie post. I want to see that.
Like, so that movie was from 1975.
Exactly.
Girl.
So
like, what
I
are you
just
talking
kept
about?
it moving. But that could have happened. And for those of you that follow me on the Twitters and the Instagrams and the whatnots, you saw my dungeon rack.
Yes, it is coming. Well, so first off, let me back up. Mm-hmm. First off, for those of you that have never been to Dominions and have had the privilege of seeing his collection, this dungeon rack is kind of like the traveling rack, because the one that I've seen upstairs with the up.
No,
that's more extensive to me.
You don't understand how big that thing is. The thing is like 6 feet wide, and it's 8 feet tall, so it's not portable at all.
No,
but there's enough room for everything that's on that wall upstairs to live there.
And that's fine. But to me, it just, because it was framed, with the stuff on the side, I was like, it seems like this makes it portable. And this is also pictures for me right now. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, and it's not designed to be portable. It's designed to, instead of having some shit in the office, some shit in my bedroom, some shit under the bed, some shit in the basement, I spent an untold amount of money getting that basement finished. So I'm about to maximize the shit out that basement. That office, my den/office/playroom/bedroom is about to lose two of those functions. So the office is going downstairs to the basement, and the playroom is going downstairs to the basement. So it's only going to be a den. So I'm going to get like a Murphy bed.
Okay.
And I'm going to take the 55. This is going to be my reason for buying new on a 75-inch TV. Okay? All right. Okay. You caught
and
me.
And now it comes out.
You caught me.
Just so we're clear, we have it on tape. But okay, go ahead.
So now I can
we chat about that in a second. Remind me to, yeah.
I can put the 75-inch TV in the living room. I can take the 55-inch that's in the living room and move that to the den. So now I'll have a room. Because it's cold in the basement. Even though the basement is completely finished, I don't necessarily...
Keep going.
Right, but I have some... Yeah, but it's not. It's not a new
listen.
TV.
No, right. I'm just.
I appreciate that, but no.
Anyway.
So that's all going to happen. So yeah, but the dungeon rack allows me to consolidate everything and have it in one place. And I'm actually going to that sofa that I got. Remember the one that I bought?
That one piece.
That's
driving me the fuck crazy. Because I'm sitting there like, bitch, this don't. But anyway,
so what I'm going to actually do is probably, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. It's probably going to go into storage until I move into a bigger house because I need like a sofa bed or something down there so that I can use that for play.
Oh, you're getting a Murphy bed there. I was going to say, can't they go upstairs in that? But
but I really want a bedroom that's upstairs.
Okay.
So.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's been my week. So yeah, so I had to move all of that shit. I got rid of the old stuff and everything. So we're slowly, converting and getting all that shit together, and then this weekend it's time to start getting ready for Thanksgiving. I gotta go and buy all the stuff for the brine, for the turkey, and everything. Make sure that the smoker is up and running.
It just snuck up on me. This week has been interesting. I got a phone call Monday night or Tuesday night from one of my uncles.
Oh Lord!
And literally, when I looked at the phone, I literally jumped.
Like this nigga.
I literally jumped. There's right there.
Okay, yes.
I literally jumped. Like I tensed up and jumped because I was like, "What the fuck do you want?"
Right.
And so I will give my roommate credit because I was sitting there having a conversation with him and he was like, "Well, maybe you should, maybe." And I was like, "Fuck that, fuck him, fuck all of it." And I was like, "All right." All this went down and took in probably like 20 minutes, and I said, "All right, let me go ahead and listen to this message before I call."
Right.
If I'm going to call, because that'll definitely determine if I was going to actually call or not. I listened to the message. Everybody was calm. There was no voices being raised, no disrespect on the message. I said, okay. Mm-hmm. Then I thought about it and I said, you know what? You're trying to bait me into conversation because what you asked me about is going to be just a little bait to just get me in to ask me something else. And I was like, I don't really want to do it. Then I was like, you know what? I control this conversation because if I don't want to answer it, I don't have to answer it.
Right.
So I was like, all right, fine. Turn my TV down, standing up because I was getting ready. Like I was ready. And I was like, "Hey, you called? Yeah, I got a question. I was talking to your mom about some billing stuff, and I just wanted to check with you to make sure that she mentioned something about a bill wasn't being paid there."
How does your mother know what bills are and are not being paid?
And I said,
I'm sure you don't sit around and talk to her about the bills being paid.
And so I listened to what they had to say, and I said, okay. And I said, well, everything is actually fine. Mm-hmm. I said they are not even involved in anything that has to do with the bills. So there's nothing more that she needs to be concerned about.
Right.
And he was like, okay, well, and I'm sitting there thinking like, okay, well, I mean, if you're that concerned, you could have wrote a check, but I mean, it's okay.
Right, and why are you asking me this question? Because are you about to come up with the difference that y'all think is owed? So
whatever.
The fuck?
So that was the end of the conversation, and then I was sitting there saying to myself, that was too easy. It was too easy.
Mm-hmm. And then
7 minutes later, the phone rang again, and I was like, what the fuck? I clicked over to the other line. I was actually ready to something. I was like, yes, hello. Whether they butt dialed me, redialed me, or whatever it was, nobody said anything. I just hung up the phone and kept it moving. You didn't leave a message because if it went to voicemail for some reason, you didn't call me back. I'm good. Like, so we're good. Positive note: today is my grandmother's birthday.
How old is she? Like
my grandmother turned 96 or 97 today. Mm-hmm. I don't know what that is. 96, 97. So I spoke to her, and that's always.
Never talks about her age, baby.
She can't remember because my great grandmother couldn't remember what year she was born, and she was born out in the damn field, so they didn't have a birth certificate, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. So it's either 21, 22, or 23. Mm-hmm. No, 20, 21, or 22. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, all right, but if you ask me, that would make her 97 actually.
Yeah.
At 22, but anyway. But spoke to her today, so that's always a pleasure. And I miss as a young 20-something, I used to always stop at my grandmother's house and just to see my grandmother, laugh and joke with her. And, it was just a great time that I spent with my grandmother in my 20s, because there was a lot of time I spent with her in my formative years as a kid up into my teens. Like, I used to go over there and laugh with them all the time between my grandparents. So, I miss that conversation. I miss being able to talk to her about just little stuff. She's getting older, and hearing is gone. Now she's not gone, but going. And, so it's just some things that I'm just kind of, I'm missing from her. And it was just great to have a 5 or 10 minute conversation with her that kind of took me back a little bit. So that was good. So happy birthday, young lady. And if you want to be 21, 22, or 23 today, by all means, enjoy it. So love you.
Happy birthday.
So, but other than that, work has been crazy as hell. And I need to understand with my job and this telework process. It is, so first off, we're being forced to take off.
Take off or telework?
Between Christmas and New Year's, most educational institutions are closed. So that means that you're not using your vacation time nor your sick time because it's closed. My job is closed. So you either have to use your vacation time, or if you don't have vacation time, it is leave without pay. Now, get this. The institution.
That, sir, is bullshit.
The institution will open based on your supervisor and the board's approval with what your workload is going to be for those days that you're coming in. But that is it. So I got a little pissed off because this is 6 or 7 vacation days that I don't want to fucking use.
Right.
Number one. Number two, even if I'm allowed to use my sick days, which I think I'm going to do because my boss is
I'd be like...
So the option of telework came up as well, because if that's the case, then I don't have to take my time off. I could telework. Then there was an issue of your status, whether you are an exempt employee or a non-exempt employee. By nature of my title, I'm a non-exempt employee, which means that I'm not eligible to telework. But by nature of what I do, the same thing as the exempt employees, I am. And if I'm not eligible for telework, I'm gonna need you to pay me for all the time that I've worked over 40 hours a week, my travel time and everything else. And I've been upstairs since 2016. So I need y'all to think about that. I need y'all to think about that considerably, because there are 8 times, because there's 2 programs that are run 4 times a year that I actually work this. I'm gonna need y'all to cut me a check or to figure out what this telework process is gonna be. Because and I got so mad at my supervisor today, and I love my supervisor. I think she's incredible. I just stopped talking to her, and she was like, "Why are you so somber?" And I was like, I just don't want to talk to you. So tomorrow is the day we're supposed to find out, once they have this meeting with HR, what this is going to be. So, I'm just kind of like.
Yeah, because a lot of companies, if they're closed that week, everybody still get paid. I mean, you don't have to. You take your vacation time when you want to fucking take your vacation time.
Exactly.
Not because the business has decided to close.
Exactly. And I feel bad because there are several people at my job, for whatever reason, they don't have the leave. And so they're literally going to be off for 7 days or 6 days, whatever it is, without pay. I'm like, who does that?
Right.
So I'm just
that's
a
what I
little
did in
annoyed.
the 2 weeks that I went on vacation.
Well, so listen, in that instance,
yes.
I understand. And I completely get that. Through no fault of your, it's like, all right, this is what we're going to do. So,
right. Well,
all right,
I did that because the contract that I have doesn't include any leave time, but they pay me a lot of money. So theoretically, that's supposed to make up for it.
Okay.
Does it or does it not is its thing. But,
well, so that's where I am. So I'm trying to figure this out. So hopefully we'll have some good news about this telework process next week. So I'll keep
if she was cool, all she,
my boss is cool though.
You do like they do with the Air Force, because when the government is closed, everybody that works for the Air Force, either as a Fed or military, they don't have to do no work. They don't have to show up. They don't have to do anything. My boss was like, well, our contract was like, well, if the government is closed, the contract is different. The other companies that I worked for, when the government was closed, you fulfilled your requirement to be there, so you just marked down 80 hours or 8 hours for that day against the contract. But the contract that we had with the Air Force, if the government was closed, then you either had to do training or take leave or whatever. And so my boss was like, just tell me if you need me to say you have some work to do. And so several times I was like, yeah, we need to.
Right.
Because I don't want to take leave. He was like, yeah, so, my real...
Right. This is what we're going to do.
It's going to be working. Right. He was like, just write me an email, say what it is you're going to be doing that day.
And literally,
then I'll forward it on to the contracting officer, and that's what you'll be doing for the day.
And that's another option. But if we do that option, I'm only working 2 days.
No, I would work the whole time because I don't want to do it. Listen, all I do is just have my laptop sitting right there next to me as I watch TV and just move that girl every 2 or 3 minutes.
I'm only working 2 days if that's what you do. If that's what you, because I'm still being forced to do that. And it's
but telework is cool though.
Telework is cool, but whatever. I'll figure it out tomorrow and find out what's going on.
So the last thing about jobs, child. Now that I'm cool with everybody, I mean everybody. I'm getting to see all the foolishness that's going on behind the scenes at Redacted Airlines, and how so-and-so, retired. And so I'm sitting there, I was like, did she retire or was she forced to retire? And then we were listening in on the call today when they talked about some reorgs and, and so my boss was like, the way she crying, I don't think this was a voluntary retirement. So it's like, ooh.
Then there's that.
That's all. And listen, so they I have never seen 2 heterosexual men so gossipy. So they like texting back and forth.
Bob, did you see it?
The only thing was missing was, girl, did you just get this text? They were like, Mary's retiring. The only thing was missing was, girl. Mary is retiring. And then you be like, bitch, I know. I found out from Bob last week.
Yeah, listen, heteros, I got to, come on now. Some of y'all, like, what's his face at the hearings, that meme about him.
Girl, he really did look at
his face was like,
he was giving you looks.
His look was like,
let's not get too happy because remember, he is testifying because he said a bunch of shit that a bunch of people contradicted, so it called him out as a liar. So before he said, nah, it wasn't no collusion, it wasn't no nothing. Then everybody else came by and said, hell yeah, that's exactly what happened. Now he's retestifying and said, well, now I'm going to change my story 100%. So that's why like the Republicans that was cross-examining him was like, yeah, but like 2 weeks ago you said there was a collusion, and now all of a sudden, so when are you telling the truth? Are you telling the truth now, or were you telling the truth then? So how can American people believe, a single word you're saying? So but he does give good face.
We will figure that out in the wash as it goes along. So
all right, so let's see. Today is the Transgender Day of Remembrance. It is an annual observation on November 20th that honors the memory of the transgender people whose lives were lost in acts of anti-transgender violence. And so far this year, more than 330 trans women of color specifically.
Right.
That's not even accounting all other trans men and women and trans men have been lost to, no, it's like 30. It was like, I don't think it was 300 this year.
No, we're over 300.
For this year?
Yes. We're over 300.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, we're over 300.
That, our sisters can't feel safe even just walking the streets. And so when people say things like, well, why she didn't just say who she was or whatever, because you never know how people are going to react. For every person that's like, okay, I still want to... We're talking about, because some of them were involved in sex work. So let's start there. Not saying that everyone who is trans is involved in sex work.
No,
but
not at all.
They don't necessarily reveal because they're doing this sex work because they need to make money or whatever. Sex work is rarely someone's first choice of things to do to make money and make ends. Some people do, but most people it's not. It's the options that they have that are presented to them, and so they're trying to make themselves as safe as possible. And a lot of these dudes out here want that the whatever that comes with being with a trans person, and then sometimes they already had something nefarious in mind, or because of this culture's inherent homophobia and it's homophobia and anti-feminist, the intersection of those things, these women get beat up, they get attacked, they get killed. You know, and then for regular for other trans women just walking the streets, a lot of times they're just minding their own fucking business.
Yeah.
And they're literally just minding their own fucking business, and someone who's got this own thing, usually in his head,
chip on their
shoulder,
almost
always a dude,
or their perception is completely wrong. It just
they said some shit, and you know, a lot of people, not just trans women, but a lot of
people, just
a
in
lot
general,
of people, you know, they developed a mouth as a defense mechanism,
the first line of defense, and then some dudes push up on him. Don't nobody want your little dick ass no way, and then now he's clowning in front of his boys. But and the second line of defense is when they pull that motherfucking hammer out their purse.
Right,
that's the second line of defense. But okay, we're not going to talk about that.
Right, and so these are lives of where there's always the threat of violence. So when you meet someone and they don't automatically disclose, even if you think they might be trans or whatever, it's not your you have no reason to ask them who they were, what they were born. That's not your business. If they say to you, I am a woman, that's what they are. And you just leave it at that. And they're under I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, I'm just saying that falls into that whole thing of cis privilege. Like
yes.
And
they're under no they have zero responsibility or obligation to reveal anything about who they used to be, because it's only about who they are now and who they present themselves to you.
I had a very close friend who I've always known as Naima. And Naima shared with me her life before she became Naima. And I was so grateful and appreciative that she shared that with me. And although she's no longer with me or with us, period, I will never, I know that, and it's just one of those things I just keep close, that meant a lot to me. So thank you for that, Naima, wherever you are. So,
yes.
But anyway.
On to some other fuckery. So Colin Kaepernick had his little workout. First of all, they tried to pull a stunt.
There was some weird,
They were supposed to be at the Atlanta Falcons Stadium. They wanted him to sign what I call it a prenup, but it wasn't. It was like this legal document that it was supposed to be like releasing the NFL from liability of injuries and some other bullshit. And basically it was saying that he couldn't further sue them for any other damages for not having been signed. But he was like, listen, I'm going to get y'all ass.
And his good shout out to Colin Kaepernick's management team, whoever they are, because they are protecting the shit out of him with that. And when they didn't want to sign, or I'm sorry, when Colin and them did not want to sign to take away their legal rights to do anything if something had happened, Colin then moved it to a high school that was about an hour away.
Because, can I just pause right there? Let me tell you why that sounds shiesty.
Because they sounded like they were going to do something.
Just like they was going to do something. They was going to do
something.
So before we had this workout.
And 32 teams, nobody was going to show up. Nobody.
If I say to you, I mean, they don't make normal people, they don't make anybody else who, if you were Joe Schmo, and listen, I'm talking outside of my expertise, so Steel Toe, if you know more about sports, you want to dial in 240-719-2560. But they don't normally make people who are NFL prospects that are coming to do a workout in front of teams, they don't have to sign no waiver.
Yeah, no.
So to make him sign a waiver says to me, it was what the fuck was y'all planning to do?
There was some fuckery, trickery
on this workout that, did you have this ringer that was going to come and fuck him up or something? Yeah. So that sounded shady. So he moved it to a local high school about an hour away, and all of the media showed up, of course. And he had a T-shirt. I can't remember what the T-shirt said.
I see it was a black T-shirt with white writing, and I see it.
Yeah, it was something saying, "Listen, he take every opportunity to work the message," and I love it about him. So,
and I'm sorry, I was incorrect. There were 24 teams that were sending scouts to come and look at him, but 24 teams that were sending scouts. None of the actual people that do the recruiting were showing up, just scouts. And many of them were coming just to have footage so they can actually look at it. And in particular, the Dallas Cowboys, they were sending someone to have footage just in case if something happened going along in the future, they'd have something to look back at in case they wanted to consider looking at Colin Kaepernick. Yeah. That's it. So that says to me you had no intention whatsoever of doing anything with him today. Now, apparently, Collins People says that they had 8 people, like 8 different teams that actually showed an interest, and in particular, there's 1 or 2 teams that actually might have something directly for him. Mm-hmm. So, and I want to say one is the Browns, if I remember correctly. But so we'll see over the next couple of days, and that should have been this morning when I heard that report. It should be within the next 24 hours. So by this weekend, we'll know exactly what's going to go on.
Honestly, I don't want him to go back, and because why? Because
he's a target.
He's a target.
And
either one of the listen, because there's plenty of racist white guys in the NFL and plenty of shucking and jiving Negroes that will do their bidding. Because look, I went to Florida A&M University. I saw them dudes at Florida State University from the middle of bumfuck nowhere, driving around in these BMWs and Mercedes, living in Burt Reynolds' dorm. Their mom and daddy could not afford those cars. I'm not saying that everybody that talk a certain way is definitely poor, but you just listen to them. You could have an accent and still sound like you know what the fuck you talking about. These dudes did not come from a background where education was valued, and they did not seem to have come from even a lower middle class background. These were poor black kids. And so what I'm saying is that you give a dude whose family has never made more than $50,000 or $60,000 collectively a year, a contract, like even the lowest dude on the team still make like $450,000 or something like that.
175, I think.
Well, still 175,000, and they tell you, I want you to take him out.
Yeah, I think it's like 175.
There's going to be like a line of people that will do that. So yeah. I don't want him to go back, or I want him to pull a stunt. I want him to be like, throw like a couple of touchdowns and win a game or two and be like,
I proved my point.
I am renouncing my retirement from the NFL. Have all these people like,
another point that the Cowboys coach made was that he feels like he is damaged goods, in that people are not going to want to come and see him, whether his playing ability is up to par or not, which it is, but they're saying they're not going to want to see him. And then there's still the controversy of whether or not he is going to stand or if he's going to kneel, because even there are still players that were kneeling in support of Colin Kaepernick who are now standing, and they're standing. One of them is standing in particular because his teammates asked him to stand. I'll put that in air quotes.
Listen,
but whatever. But they feel like he's going to be a bad draw.
Bullshit.
But because if he gets signed to a team and he brings a Super Bowl home, listen, you can't tell me you're not going to love him.
They're not going to give a fuck. They're not going to give a fuck.
Y'all going to be screaming, Colin for president, Kaepernick for president, Kaepernick for president.
First of all, NFL team make their money off the rich companies that buy those suites. Just like, so I'm going to tell you what I learned from Redacted Airlines. I was like, why are y'all spending literally hundreds of millions of dollars on these clubs for Redacted? Huh?
Watch the.
All the time. Yeah. Why are you spending all these hundreds of millions of dollars on Redacted Airlines Club? It's like because the people that sit in first class and in Polaris, now I done told the airline, but, and all of these high-level lounges.
Because there's a Polaris room in the Ronald Reagan building.
Yeah, and guess who it's for?
I'm just saying.
Right. But it's neither here nor there. I work for United Airlines, and no, you cannot get a free ticket. So just center yourself on that. Don't even ask, because there's no way in hell that you're going to get it.
Focus, Clarice, focus.
So the point is that these companies spend money on these high rollers because those high rollers finance it. And those high rollers have already paid for those suites at the Redskins Stadium, at the Cowboy Stadium, and those hoes aren't going anywhere. 75% of Joe Schmo is still going to watch and go to the NFL games. The 25% that's going to go is not going to make that dent. It's not going to make that dent. They're still going to go. And a lot of people are going to go and watch just to hate him. They'll just have a legitimate reason to hate him until he wins the Super Bowl, because nothing makes you love a Negro that you used to hate more than bringing home a winning trophy. So
listen, we gonna go.
Anyway, so
sorry
we got off on a tangent.
Yeah. So have you heard about this controversy with T.I. and his daughter?
Listen. That's just the most disgusting thing that he would even
say
it on air, that he
T.I.
goes to his
daughter's OBGYN appointment.
Which you go with your daughter, but that you're asking him to do a hymen check, which isn't even a thing.
Well, and actually,
I mean, a hymen is a thing.
Yes, but the
doing
other thing
a hymen check as a
way to see if you've had sex or not.
Right, as a virginity check is not a thing.
It's a thing, but it's not. It doesn't necessarily mean that they haven't had sex.
So that means it's not a thing.
Well,
because your hymen can be broken.
It can be broken for any other reason, or it cannot be broken even after you've had sex.
Right. So that means
it just kind of
the check doesn't tell you anything other than their hymen has or has not been broken.
Right, and that's all it is. But so anyway, so now Jada Pinkett Smith, Will's wife, is now she has her whole Red Table Talk, which is blowing up, and it's amazing on Facebook if you've ever sat and watched.
I've watched a couple of the initial episodes.
They're very Ayanla Oprah-esque.
Exactly,
but
which is why I can't fuck with
it. But on like a takeout menu budget type of thing. So it's like Ayanla on takeout or Oprah on takeout.
Yeah, and so I can't really get into it too much.
It's not bad, but anyway.
It's that whole live your best life bullshit. And
it's interesting. So
it's like, why would you reveal, why would you choose the moment of this nationally televised thing to reveal to your mother that you tried to kill yourself? I mean, I feel like those are kind of conversations that you should have. I mean, it makes for great TV, I guess, but I don't really want to know those kind of things about people. I want you to make movies and whip my hair back and forth, but I don't really give a shit about the rest of your life. So.
I think there's some things that I just don't necessarily need to share on air with everyone, especially if I haven't shared those with the people that are close to me and family. Right. You know what I mean? So, but that's just my
own telling your daughter, "Hey, I'm about to talk about your hymen on
that's not
on national TV."
As a result of this, his daughter has actually unfollowed. She's actually shut down all of her social media accounts. She was modeling. She was, she's trying to break into the modeling business and everything. So I feel bad for her, but she's also the one daughter that did not want to be on the show, and so she's been doing her own thing. And this is not Tiny and T.I.'s daughter. This is his daughter from another another singer. Mm-hmm. So, but hopefully we'll figure out what this was all about. He's going to be on Red Table Talk, and Red Table Talks comes on Facebook on Mondays on Facebook, and he's going to show up on the 25th. So tune into that. I'll be watching. I want to see how that actually goes. So
you'll tell us about it.
Yeah, I'll tell you all about it. In other celebrity news, has anybody heard from Lauryn Hill?
Who?
Right. And if you did, she's going to be. We're not going to expect her for another 4 hours because she's going to be late. Well, apparently Lauryn Hill has released a new single. So was it on the soundtrack? Is it like it says, Lauryn Hill's track, and then it's like 4 hours of dead air, and then the songs after you'd have forgot all about the fucking song is playing, then all of a sudden the music starts. That sounds more like her, but she has a soundtrack. I mean, a song on the called "Guarding the Gates."
Oh,
and it's off the soundtrack of
Colin Kaepernick's shirt. It said Kunta Kinte.
Kunta Kinte. Thanks, Brock. Oh no, I'm sorry, Brock. Thank you.
Yeah.
So again, that's kind of like Prince with the whole slave on his face. I'm here for it. He was.
It was perfect.
He gave Warner Brothers fever about that, and I was living for it. But anyway,
and that Kunta Kinte shirt was every. Only thing would have been worse if he had a Warner shirt that said Toby, bitch. That's a whole.
If you ain't, you can't. But
yes.
We don't leave that. Anyway, so it's on the soundtrack for the new movie Queen and Slim, and shout out to Lena Waithe, who has this new movie coming out on the 27th. Queen and Slim, and it stars Daniel.
The record came out on the 15th.
The soundtrack, her song came out on November 15th, but it's on the soundtrack for Queen and Slim. The movie comes out on the 27th, and starring Daniel Kaluuya and Jodie Turner-Smith in the title roles. And Lena Waithe, I like her. She does some really, really good writing, and I think she kind of represents the LGBTQIA community pretty well.
Yeah, she actually recently announced she married her longtime partner.
Good, congratulations! Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. And she's also, if you don't know who she is, you probably looked at some other award shows and you saw that one black girl that had that Wonder Woman cape on that was all rainbow. Mm-hmm. That's Lena Waithe.
Yes.
So, anyway, It is almost Thanksgiving, and I wanted to share with you all some gift ideas for myself and maybe for others, and for all y'all watching, if y'all wanted to buy some stuff,
I'm listening.
So this, I'm not necessarily signing on for this one, but there's
Santa baby, come slip the sable under the tree for me.
So this gift is if you want to buy someone some liquor. So about a year ago, two people, Les and Paul Ansley of Mossel Bay, South Africa, stumbled on an idea about a new type of spirit, which they call Indlova gin. Now, during a safari, they learned that elephants eat a wide variety of fruits and flowers, but digest less than a third of it. As a consequence, in the elephant dung, you get the most amazing variety of these botanicals. So they came up with the idea to say, why don't we let the elephants do the hard work of collecting these botanicals and we make gin from it?
Are you saying the gin is made from the elephant shit?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
I need a sign that says, white people.
But now, here's the thing. Each bottle is going to have a label note to say where the dung was gathered and when.
Because that makes a difference?
The bottles are going to sell for
about Dumbo shit.
The bottles are going to sell for about $32 a gallon.
That's less expensive.
$32 a bottle. So I was thinking it was going to be a little bit more, but again, I said, okay, all right, cool. Now, for that person, and I know I actually have somebody I can think of with this. For that person that is a foodie and you have no idea what to get them, listen, you can get them ranch dressing. Hidden Valley comes to the rescue with a decorative holiday stocking full of its famous creamy nectar. So there was Fansided, which is another website, reports that the Hidden Valley Ranch custom holiday stocking measures 105 square inches, is festooned in red and green and filled with 52 ounces of their company's original ranch dressing. And it comes with its own mantle holder and has a handy pouring spout at the toe. And all of that is going to be for $35. So I'm just giving you all some lower ended options. But again, for that person that's picky, I'm just saying.
Slip a sable under the tree and not ranch dressing.
So now let's go this. Okay. So Neiman Marcus,
yes,
they actually have
this a Christmas, is more my price point.
Right. They have a Christmas brochure that they put out, and these are just the 2000.
You heard the song at the top of the show. Money, money, more money, more money.
This is true. These are the top gifts from 2018. 2019 gifts haven't been listed yet, but so starting off at a cool $200,000, you can have internationally acclaimed artist Bjorn Oakham Skarup, whose work is on display in New York's Lincoln Center. He will cast a family pet or favorite animal in bronze. You'll fly to Florence, Italy, spend time with a sculptor.
So is the animal already dead? So how are they going to cast it?
He's going to sculpt it.
You can, yes, I get the sculpture, but casting it in bronze? Don't you have to have like a mold? How is the pet going to stand still? Anyway, please keep going.
For $200,000, you probably can buy one. Like here's the model. Use that one and kill that one. But anyway, that's starting on the low end, $200,000.
Okay.
For $250,000, you can actually have the ultimate clubhouse, which are two 10-foot by 12-foot backyard retreats by Studio Shed and Christina Simon of Mark Ashby Design. There are two houses. One's called the Virtue House and one called the Vice House. The Virtue House has a white exterior. It's a space for self-care, alone time, reflection, meditation, pampering, and centering. And then the Vice House has a black exterior and a clubhouse feel with cigars, a humidor provided by Cornelius and Anthony, cocktail glasses, vinyl records, and more.
Bitch, you could buy two containers for $2,500 each and do the same shit.
So, all right, now hold on.
I mean, for some people, that's still a lot. But
we jump up to $300,000 and $315,000. You can spend the day with a costume designer from the movie Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald, and this package will include lunch and a collaborative design session with the designer.
Why do I want to dress like wizards from the 20s?
Some people have that. Listen, a costume fitting, a photo op. You'll also receive an autographed movie poster from Fantastic Beasts.
For $300,000, bitch.
Now,
I better have.
But listen, wait, for $15,000 more, this is the one I actually like. For $315,000, you and three others will fly to Las Vegas via a private jet for a 3-day, 2-night experience organized by the Invictus Experience. When you land in Las Vegas, you'll be greeted by a man in a tux who will hand over an envelope containing an assigned mission. Parachutists, combatant drivers, force reconnaissance Marines, and other will accompany this group to complete this mission, including jumping out of planes and racing supercars. Dinner and accommodations at the Waldorf Astoria, Las Vegas are included. So you get to be a spy for the evening.
out.
I'm in for that.
That's too much work.
But bitch, I'm in for it. Like, listen, out of all the things on this list, I like this one right here.
Okay.
Now they jump up to 55,000, 630,000, but here's the $7.1 million reward. Neiman Marcus, the Neiman Marcus edition Serenity Solar Yacht is a 74-foot long, yacht that is the largest solar powered yacht in the world. The interior was designed by Neiman Marcus fashion director Ken Downing. It has 3 levels and 4 main cabins. It can sleep up to 12 people and has a fully functional kitchen, a state-of-the-art music and entertainment system, satellite TV, and Wi-Fi. And you can have this for the person that has everything. But then also, the gift also includes a shopping spree at Neiman Marcus.
So this isn't renting, this is buying
This
the
is
yacht.
buying. These are gifts to buy.
Oh, okay.
These are gifts to buy.
Now, I could be down with that. If I had $7.1 million, that actually does not seem like a terrible price for a yacht. I watch selling yachts on the All Network.
I am not here for this yacht at 7.1 million. Because see, what I'll do is I'll do this 315,000, and then the difference between 315 and 7.1, I'll put that into a couple houses and keep it moving.
No, girl, you buy the yacht and then what a lot of people do is they buy these yachts and they don't use them all the time, so they rent them out to other people, and that's how you make back that 7.1 million plus more.
Okay, well, I mean that's fine, but I'm gonna try to keep that in my pocket. But that's all right. That's that's me.
What else should we talk about? What have we missed? Yeah. So this weekend is the Mr. and Ms. DC Eagle contest.
Yes.
So we want to congratulate Mr. DC Eagle, Chris Booth, and Ms. DC Eagle,
Alyssa
Dernian, for their successful. And for Alyssa, this was the inaugural.
She's the inaugural, yes.
Ms. DC Eagle. So
well, wait, was she the inaugural? Or was it? Because I thought the pageant was the contest was there before, but she's the actual first. Am I correct?
I thought she was the inaugural.
Okay, so no, I just wanted to clarify because I thought for some reason it was there before and it was taken away. But again, either way, I'm happy for because I like Alyssa.
Yes,
I love Alyssa.
And so that contest is going on all weekend, and there'll be a ton of events going on with that. We're also headed to Bowie State.
Yes.
Are we not supposed to talk about
that?
that?
No. Yes, we are.
Because I was going to say they put it on Instagram.
No.
So.
Bowie State, yes.
Oh, we're going to Bowie State. Apparently, I'm not supposed to talk about that.
No. We can. But it's I got it confused with Widener.
Okay, so yes, Bowie State Saturday night. That's more of a thing for Bowie State students. Well, both of these are.
Right.
And Sunday will be at Widener University. Talking shit.
So, we're talking shit at the graduate school, which is I absolutely love this. It's the grads.
Your name isn't on the list yet, though.
I know. I didn't. Oh shit! I forgot to sign up.
Yes, you should. Okay. And then next week is Thanksgiving. So
yeah, it is Thanksgiving. So listen, I'm. Let me just say this now. I'm very grateful because we won't be.
Why wouldn't we?
Are we Thanksgiving Eve?
Why wouldn't we?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Never mind. I'm still going to say it anyway. I'm most thankful for where I am in my life at this point. And I'm most thankful for the people that I surround myself at this point because it's a beautiful thing to actually love and like all the people around you. My family, I used to always say I liked my family, even though I loved them. I liked them. I love them for right now. Maybe I'll fall back in like with them, but I love them for now because like I said, they're okay. But I love and like people I surround myself with. So I'm thankful for all of that. I'm thankful to have a job. I'm thankful to wake up every single morning. I'm thankful for that. But I'm most appreciative of being able to share my little bit of crazy life with you all and the people that I surround myself, with. We share with each other. So I'm thankful for that. So that's my thankful moment.
I'll say what I'm thankful for next week.
Okay. I'm going to say some more next week, too. So.
All right.
But anyway.
Ready to wrap this up?
Yeah.
The BGKH Show streams live on Wednesdays on www.voxwave.com from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern and 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific. Episodes are available on YouTube every Friday. Just search for Vox Power 373 and look for the BGKH Show with Dominion and Epic. Currently, we are still able to host a small but enthusiastic studio audience. And if you can't be in our audience, you can call in and chat with us at 240-719-2560.
One more again.
240-719-2560.
2560.
There you go. So, Epic, how can the viewers get in contact with you?
So, listen, you can reach me by railway. Okay, I'm sorry. You can reach me on Facebook if you look for Epic Onyx. You can find me on Instagram at I am Epic Onyx. You can also find me on Twitter at Epic Onyx1. How can they reach you?
At Lavish Life. No.
Right. Come through.
At Dom Onyx on Twitter and Instagram. No. Jazz hands. Jazz hands.
I'm here for it.
At Dom Onyx on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook.com/Dom Onyx on Facebook, obviously, and www.domonyx.com.
I forgot to send a shout out. I want to say I picked up a magazine article, a Paz magazine, for the 100 influential men and women in the LGBTQ community. There is a friend whose husband is actually mentioned, Javon Martin, as one of the most influential. So a shout out to you, Javon. Shout out to you, Christina. Thank you both for always being good friends, and congratulations on that honor. I was kind of shocked to see it, but congratulations. I just want to mention that as well.
Excellent.
And also, I want to say congratulations in advance to the DC Eagle contestants, the Mr.
Yes.
and the Miss, whoever it's going to be. You're going to congratulations ahead of time. And again, thank you, Alyssa. Thank you, Chris. You guys have had a wonderful year. Thank you for all the past brothers who've actually taken that title, Mr. DC Eagle. Our own Great Eagle will.
Great Owl.
I'm sorry, Great Owl. I keep saying Great Eagle. Lord have mercy. Great Owl will be emceeing that as well.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, so listen, it's been an evening. Thank you all for coming out.
It's been an evening.
We love you. Good night.
Mwah. Bye.